What is Hindu law? Most important question always ask in exam. Sometimes 6 marks and 16 marks. Here is the complete breakdown. How to write the answer for this question to Hindu law, concept, nature and sources. Get maximum marks. 1. Introduction. Hindu law is one of the most ancient systems of personal law in the world. Its origin can be traced back to the early Vedic period. Initially, Hindu law was believed to be of divine origin and was based on the concept of dharma. Over a long period of time, it has undergone significant changes through customs, judicial interpretation, and legislation. In the modern legal system, Hindu law governs personal matters such as marriage, divorce, adoption, succession, maintenance, and guardianship. It applies not only to Hindus by religion but also to Buddhists, Jains, and Sikhs. 2. Meaning of Hindu law. Hindu law refers to the body of rules derived from ancient religious texts, customs, and statutory enactments which regulate the social and legal relations of the Hindu community. In ancient times, Hindu law was not law in the strict Augustinian sense, as it was not enforced by a sovereign authority. Instead, it was based on dharma, which included moral, religious, and legal duties of individuals. 3. Definition of Hindu law. There is no precise statutory definition of Hindu law. However, it can be understood in two senses. Classical sense. Hindu law means the law as contained in the Smritis and as explained by the Sanskrit commentaries and digests. Modern sense. Hindu law refers to the law administered by Indian courts to Hindus, which includes ancient principles modified by customs, judicial decisions, and codified statutes such as the Hindu Marriage Act, 1955. Sources of Hindu law. The sources of Hindu law are broadly classified into ancient sources and modern sources. A. Ancient sources. 1. Shrutis, Vedas. The word Shruti is derived from Shru, meaning to hear. They are believed to be the direct revelations of God. The four Vedas are Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda. Shrutis form the primary source of Hindu law. 2. Smritis. The term Smriti is derived from Smri, meaning to remember. These are the recollections of sages and contain rules of conduct. Smritis are divided into Dharma Sutras, written in prose, e.g. Gautama, Bodhayan. Dharma Shastras, written in verse, e.g. Manusmriti, Yajnavalkya Smriti, Narada Smriti. 3. Commentaries and digests, Nibandhas. Between the 7th and 18th centuries, jurists wrote commentaries and digests to interpret Smritis. Two major schools of Hindu law developed from these works. Mitakshara school by Vijnaneshwara, Dayabhaga school by Jimutavahana. 4. Customs. Achara. Customs play an important role in Hindu law and are regarded as transcendental law. For a custom to be valid, it must be ancient, continuous, certain, reasonable, and not opposed to public policy or statutory law. In Collector of Madura was Muttu Ramalinga, it was held that clear proof of usage will outweigh the written text of law. B. Modern sources. Equity, justice, and good conscience. Where no clear rule is available in ancient texts or statutes, courts apply principles of fairness, equity, and good conscience. 2. Judicial decisions, precedents. Judgments of the Supreme Court and High Courts are binding and have clarified many ambiguities in Hindu law. 3. Legislation. Post-independence, Hindu law has been codified to ensure uniformity. Important legislations include Hindu Marriage Act, 1955, Hindu Succession Act, 1956, Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, 1956, Hindu Minority and Guardianship Act, 1956. 5. Application. Who is a Hindu? According to codified Hindu laws, Hindu law applies to Hindus, Buddhists, Jains, and Sikhs by religion, persons born to Hindu parents, persons who are not Muslims, Christians, Parsis, or Jews. Residual category. 6. Conclusion. Hindu law has evolved from a rigid religious system into a modern, flexible, and codified legal framework. While its foundation lies in ancient texts like the Vedas and Smritis, it has been adapted to meet contemporary societal needs through legislation and judicial interpretation, thereby maintaining its relevance in the present legal system.